Welcome back to As It Is. It's me, Gigi. And today I thought about sharing with you an experience I had here in Paris. I'm about to tell you about the most chaotic, ridiculous, what even is my life night I ever had here in Paris. And I think in general. It involved being in front of the Eiffel Tower, in front of people, right in the middle. So, I love very much. To say I love is an understatement, but I love very much getting photographed. It's kind of an obsess. The moment I see a camera pointed towards somewhere, I'm right away jumping to get into the frame. Picture time, you said? I'm here. And it doesn't matter to me if I'm good at it or if it could be a career, whatever. I just love it, and it's that way since I was very, very little. So, from time to time, I see photographers looking for models, and I'm being very careful and delicate when I associate models to myself. But whenever I see a photographer looking for someone to practice on, I'm like, I'm here, pick me. You see, to me, it's a win win. He gets to shoot and the experience, and I get cute pictures in high quality. So, really, it's a win win situation. So, I'm in this Facebook group. Yes, I still use Facebook. And one day, this guy posted, I'm in Paris for a few days looking for someone to shoot. I automatically went into his DMs to say that I am interested. And then we started chatting. And then he sent me the idea. And let me tell you one thing. I was shocking. He has a series of photos that he takes all around the world of women who are peeing on the streets. Now, it's not actually peeing, but he does his magic. He has his way to make it look like you are actually peeing, standing up as a woman. When I read that, I was like, I don't know. It's really, really weird. I'm not sure that I want that. And I didn't even get advice from my friends because I was kind of embarrassed about it. So I just let it sit for a few hours and then I decided, but it's kind of bold and it's interesting and it's in a major location in Paris. I was like, fuck it. Let's make something weird. Why not? So I said yes because apparently that's who I am now, saying yes to random strangers who wants to take pictures of me peeing somewhere. And so we talked, I agreed, and then we decided to meet. We decided to meet late anyway because we wanted to avoid as much people as we can, although it's really impossible here in Paris, but still wanted the chance to be ours. So we met under the bridge. It's a bridge called Bir Hakim, and I really didn't knew what to expect. If he's a creep, he's a weirdo. So I just hoped for the best, but mostly I just hoped that he wouldn't, I don't know, just kidnap me or something like that. But when I saw him, I was kind of relieved because he looked normal and nice. So I was relieved. And then we approached each other, and I heard his tone, and he was like, "Let me get your bags." And I was like, "Okay." So he's definitely not a weirdo. And to be fair, he seemed completely legit. So we got to talk a little bit, just to get to know each other before we dive into the mission. And when we felt it was fine and the right time, we got the equipment and we started to go toward the Eiffel Tower because that's what he had in mind. He wanted us to photoshoot me pinned standing up in front of the Eiffel Tower. Me, been standing up in front of the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so we started to go towards the Eiffel Tower and we took the usual way. But when we got to the usual way to get to the tower, because it was close to 4th of July, so we had to do all the round through the bridge to get to the other side to get to the Eiffel Tower. But then finally, we got to the other side. And when we arrived there were some dudes, like not the kind of friendly tourists. They might not like what we are doing here kind of people. Staring very much kind of people. So we looked at each other and we decided not this place, not this time. And the Eiffel Tower is really, really, really big. So you can have a lot of points of view that will directly be towards it. So we just went to another location, even if it wasn't the one he wanted. So we finally arrived. We put the equipment, we positioned me, he adjusted the lights and the angles, and just when I was about to open the tube and pee, boom, the Eiffel Tower shut. Now, just to let you know, by that time it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. And we didn't knew that the Eiffel Tower usually stays on until 1 a.m. and it's really depending on the seasons, but it's dark until sundown the next day. So at that point, we just stood there like idiots, very tired and exhausted idiots. And we just hope that maybe it will light up again. But when we saw that we were there for about 40 minutes more and it didn't light up, we decided to just let it go for now. Now, something that I hadn't told is that photographer, he shoots a tons of influencers, and he had one super exclusive influencer coming to his place at 3 a.m. for a session. But this influencer couldn't know that I was there at all because he's a very exclusive prestige and you can't know who I am connected with type of influencer. And me, I didn't ask too many questions to be honest. I just wanted to get it over with at that point. So, me and the photographer, his name is Daniel, by the way. So, me and Daniel, we got to talk about it. And we decided that maybe I will just wait and it shouldn't take that much time with that influencer. He just shoot him and then I can get back in. We can rest and with the first light of the day, we will go to do the shooting with sunrise. So that's what we did. I went hiding in his building in the stairwell while the influencer shoots and I ordered food And then I just sat in a little quiet dark corner on the stairs in that building of a person that I don't really know. And to be honest, I really felt like a secret mistress waiting for her turn. Like it was embarrassing and inconvenient, and I didn't had service on my phone, so I didn't even had the option to play or talk or I don't know, scroll on social media. So I just waited for him to leave. I really felt like the most ridiculous person alive, but it was kind of funny, you know? Who would have imagined that I would be at 3 a.m. in the morning waiting in some stairwell for someone to call me to get back inside the house? Anyway, so finally the influencer leaves, and Daniel calls me to get back inside. He cleaned up the apartment a little bit, and he told me that I can rest, and he told me that I can go rest a little bit, and he will just come to call me when the time has come, when the sun was up. And so it was. He woke me up around 5 a.m. I was ready so fast. I don't think I ever was that fast at getting myself ready ever in my life, but I did. And when we went out to the street in front of the Eiffel Tower, the streets were completely empty. The golden hour light started to hit, and it was beautiful, to be honest. I really, really love the Eiffel Tower in general. So at that moment, it had a special magic. So Daniel put back his equipment down. We had the lights, we had the equipment, we had the pose, we had the angles, and then it was the time for me to open the tube and looking like I'm peeing in front of the Eiffel Tower. We took as many pictures and videos, as many angles and poses as we could have, and then we wrapped up. I went back home, I crashed completely, and I just went to sleep for half of the next day. But I woke up thinking, what the actual fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah. It was fun and funny. It was an unforgettable night. I got to meet a great person like Daniel that he's so funny and so nice and so interesting. And it really was a good night. That's the thing, you know? Those nights are actually what I live for. The ones that goes completely off the rail when you say yes to something questionable and then it snowball into hiding in the stairwell, dodging sketchy dudes, and ending up with something beautiful and memorable to treasure at the end. We went at the beginning for something very, very Instagram sketchy, but not too sketchy. But the real story is that it was so messy, it was full of red flags, bad decisions, and a lot of I can't believe this is happening right now. I think that the real magic wasn't the plan. It was the chaos, the showing up, the laughing of how absurd it all is, because at the end of the day, we got the story, me and Daniel. We got a story that we can tell. It's a story that I enjoy telling this story to my friends every time. Every chance I get, I tell that story. And honestly, that worth way more from the perfect pictures. So I peed in front of the Eiffel Tower and I continued the night hiding like a fugitive. It was fun. And I think that what I can wish for you and myself too is letting yourself have those unexpected nights and moments. Just live it. Really, at the end of the day, those are the stories that you remember to say to someone, to share with people. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I was Gigi, and this was As It Is.